But what about upgrade? That's not a problem with Oracle GoldenGate. Oracle GoldenGate is so flexible that you can extract your changes from one release and migrate or replicate your changes into a different release. You can go to a higher release or to a lower release. And even if you have a very old database that runs on a very old version of Oracle database, you can use multiple instances of Oracle GoldenGate of various versions and then eventually replicate into a newer released Oracle database. What about PDB conversion? Again, here the flexibility of Data Pump can truly be a help to you because you can replicate your changes into any architecture. So if you have a non-CDB database, you can replicate directly into a PDB, thus avoiding the downtime it normally takes to convert the database into a PDB. And a little later on, when we will talk about fallback options, again, here you can replicate your changes from a PDB into a non-CDB database. Can you offload the work from the source database? Oracle GoldenGate works by mining the redo logs and extracting the changes that can then be replicated. That mining of the redo logs can be resource intensive. Can you offload that work? And yes, you can. In Oracle GoldenGate, there is the concept of a downstream database. It works like this. We have the source database where users are connected. We have the target database where we want to replicate to, and in between we have the GoldenGate hub. Now let's introduce a downstream database. It can be a brand new empty database. It doesn't have to be a copy of your production database. No, just an empty database. And you configure it as a downstream database. In your source database, you configure a log archive destination, just like a standby database. And now redo logs are being shipped from the source database to the mining database. In the downstream database, Oracle GoldenGate will inspect the redo logs and extract the changes that are to be replicated. And those changes are sent to the target database. So you can add an additional component, the downstream database, and thus take some of the heavy lifting away from the source database and put it into the downstream database. You still need to have SQLnet connectivity from the GoldenGate hub and directly into the source database. GoldenGate needs that in order to extract certain metadata.